All right, we're back. Short little break we had here. Let me just quickly take a tiny chocolate. Because I kind of feel like I need a tiny bit of energy. Hi, Tony. How's it going? I'm doing well. Looking forward to my vacation, and you haven't missed much. We just started Death of the Outsider, and the last 2 hours I've basically just been walking around the starting location, and just reading every single book and every single note we could find. And now we're going to start our first mission.
All right. The old Albarca Baths shouldn't be far.
This is interesting.
It's not quite the old life, but it feels good. I wonder if Dowd has seen these.
So I like... Again, so given the timeline, we know that Dishonored 2, the base game, has already happened because they referenced the ending, basically. And so we know that it remembered that we saved Billy's eye, different from, like if you look at the break screen, for instance. I guess I can use this button. Yeah, now you see on the right the break screen picture with her hand and the eye. So that's not what we have here. So I guess they have two versions of that asset and switch it out everywhere where it's needed. And that's a nice detail about this game, that we noticed that in previous plays of the game. That these posters are like one of the spots where they show you the results of your decisions. You just got back home, super tired, so happy to relax here, watching some Twitch. Good. I'm happy you chose this channel to watch. And I just love this design. I'm just... this is how this channel is and will probably always be. So I'm sorry if you expected, exciting combat or anything like that. But, what I like to do is just run around and look at everything and go like, oh my god, what's this? Can I play with it? Is there something like, oh my god, they built this world and it feels so real in the context. So like, I like these electric carriages. Interestingly, these tracks here are no longer electrified. Not like back there. So this is kind of a fairly safe spot. Champion Challenge. Test your mettle in a challenge brawl. Match wits and fists with the merciless Black Magic Brute and other champions of the pit. Prize one bone charm of powerful effect. Rules. All artifacts and bone charms must be disclosed before fighting. No forfeit until first blood. Last brawler standing upright wins. Come early to train before the brawl. Cold ale and strong spirits served ringside. Okay, so that's actually where we will be going. And it's interesting that they this openly advertise this. Like that there is this guy called the Merciless Black Magic Brute. And that they're actually giving away a bone charm of powerful effect. It's surprising that the overseers aren't all over this place already. Action is sometimes overrated, nice to chill sometimes too. Yeah. He just said he wanted to relax. If he wanted combat, he could have choose any of the others. Good point, yeah. Trust Michaels with your treasures. Trustworthy, secure private vaults for elite patrons. Michael's Bank is Karnaka's premier valuables depository. Our banks feature the latest safeguards, wired alarms, electrified floors, and alert sentinels. Elite patrons may reserve security boxes within our private vault by arrangement with the director. Reservations are limited. So my guess is this will be a place we will have to break into at some point. Or failing that, it will be a game mechanic, like, you know, extra storage for our stuff or something. Match wits and fists with the Merciless Black Magic Brute. Okay, that's a second picture, poster for the same event, I guess. Come early to train before the brawl. Cold ale and strong spirits served ringside. Register all occult artifacts with management before fighting. Boxing brawl nightly at the Albarca Baths. So that's basically the same text. Interesting that they have multiple posters. That looks like Duke Abel, doesn't he? Release thy golden locks, Gloriana, and Among the Oxrush Blooms, among others, are available for purchase on audiograph punch cards at select music emporiums. Shan Yun, enjoy the most celebrated arias of the Boreal Songbird in the comfort of your home. Okay. Like, I would say that's the... Isn't that, like, either Duke Luca or his father? Did they just reuse the art, or am I misremembering? The eyes are watching. Oh, the eyeless are watching. Okay, that's the guys running those fights, so that'll be interesting. Dance calendar. Okay, they're really trying to kind of hard tutorial us here. Like, if you remember when we came from here. Ah, now they're not showing the prompt anymore. But, you know, before, like, the first couple times where we walked over here, we got a prompt saying, hey, some things you can bash at and break them. And I guess that's what we can do with those wood planks. And then we can probably slip through there. Oh, there's a book here. Fidelia's Journal. Wolfhound, dead. Anything on here? No, not really. Sorry. Second Earth. So Earth is the month name, you know, month of Earth, month of Nets. They have different month names in this game, if you remember. So it's not about a second planet. It's not Earth 2 like on DC Comics. I tried the old incantations over the teeth and strings like before, but it didn't work. It always used to work. Is the magic really gone? I heard about a gang from one of my sisters. She said they do things like what we had together. I don't know where else to go. 27th of Earth. The eyeless might be content with stretched up bones and rat liquor, but I'm not. I tasted the dark waters of the void with my sisters. I know what it feels like to turn the things you hate to ash, and watch bright flowers bloom from the cinders. These people don't know real magic. 7th of nets. I think I found a way. If I can snatch one of the stray hounds off the street and steal some carved whalebone, I might be able to get back a glimmer of my power. I know what words to speak over it. I just hope the outsider listens. 10th of nets. I used to raise dead hounds from the earth to stalk shadows and tear my enemies to pieces. And now? I watched the life run out of this wretched creature. Its heart shuddered and stopped. And I felt nothing. Just pity. It's gone. So she's one of the Brigmore witches, I guess. And since Emily got rid of Delilah... Sorry, dog. I guess she can't get her powers back. So it's like it was for Billy, so who we are playing as, with so it's like it was for Billy with Dowd, I guess. She just rented her powers from the person who actually had to do with the outsider. You played a game where they introduced such interactions, such as punching obstacles, and up to now, I could use none of them in the actual game. I wonder how that happened, like whether it's just they introduced stuff too early because they realized that later in the game nobody figured them out or something. But, you know, usually you should introduce stuff at the point where you can actually use it, so that seems weird. On the other hand, in Horizon Zero Dawn, one of the first tutorials is one where you are told, hey, pick up rocks and then throw them in certain corners to cause a noise that will distract your enemies. And basically the developers themselves said, well, we added that feature, but really it's not really useful in any or in many of the major battles or anything like that. And they kind of in retrospect say, we spent too much time on making a tutorial for a feature that we could have just completely taken out of the game. But I guess, you know, sometimes you build systems and then you work in parallel, and so someone goes, okay, we'll tell the story and at the same time introduce you to certain mechanics, and then they just go, well, if we cut out that tutorial now, you know, people will just... like, you will miss that bit of story or something like that. Though I think I very occasionally used the rocks, so they weren't completely useless. And I mean, basically every stealth game has something like that. Like in the Spider-Man game, for instance, there are certain moments where basically your only ability is to sneak behind objects so nobody sees you, wait, and then zip through when people are distracted, and you have little things that go beep beep that you can throw behind them to kind of make them turn around. And that's the entire stealth mechanic of certain missions. So, you know, there is no combat in those scenes. Like, it's not like if you're thinking about, oh, should I play the Spider-Man game? Yes, if it at all interested you. This is specific scenes where you are very limited. Or specific smaller missions. Like the entire game, it has the combat that you would expect from Spider-Man. It has some sneakiness, which is always good for me. So it's not as if they missed the point, you know? Okay, that snow was a little weird. Okay, so we can actually zip through here. It seems a little too tight for us to actually sit on our feet on there, you know? Like, really, from the height, I would have expected Billy would have to very unelegantly climb over this, kind of like, you know, torso hanging out in the front, legs still in the back, and then kind of jump down and try not to land on your head. But yeah, so for your game comment, I kind of wonder, like, what is it? Is it like a feature that they thought they'd use more often, and then they realized when they optimized all the level designs that these features would not be relevant? Or is it more a playstyle thing, where, you know, sometimes they introduce certain mechanics for people who want to play more stealthily or more violently, and if you then don't unlock the more stealthy or the more violent set of abilities, then you find paths that don't need the other things that they taught you in the tutorial. So I wonder if it's something like that. But that's kind of what makes game design interesting for me. All these little things that happen, and all these little weirdnesses that you find in games that are left over from, like, a change in direction at the last minute or something like that. Oops. Wait. Come on. Where did you go?
He sneaks along the dark, reeks of drink and dark blood on your screaming chin, hunts us. His knife is fast. We smell them from here, sour with fear. They carry scratched bones, carved wood, blood, and soft feather. No use. Death still finds them.
So I guess there are some magic users that have dead chickens with them. And there is, I don't know if that's Dowd. I mean, when we played as Dowd and were attacked by rats, we killed a bunch of rats.
Tried to hit us, tried to burn us out, swarm up, crawl up legs, bite at soft flesh, bite at eye and hand and heart. Threw fire at us to keep us away, but burned herself. All alight. Tough flesh, tough burning flesh. Flee small places when the water comes. Flee low places. Drip, drip, drip fills up street. Makes us climb up to new danger. Blood tasted sharp, tasted bitter. Scent of empty bottle rolling the street. Numbness and blindness. Poisoned food.
Okay, so some people are, like, they said that the eyeless have weird potions and things. So I guess the rats... So either that was just a generic mention of rat poison, or it's that certain people have taken potions that make them really weird. You know, like, I don't know, in another game I would say, you know, is this a zombie thing?
Little mud wails for the one who left it. It smells of fat milk, smells of longing and fear. Not right, but soon.
Okay, so that sounds as if they found a drowning baby or something?
Bite down to the bone, gnaw and gnash. Eat it all up, yes, eat it all up. Witches chase us, clever fingers grasp, cold clasp, bind books with their skins. Licking blood from dead men's fingers, taste of terror, of cheers, of treason. She cut off for us to hide in her bellies.
Okay, so I guess someone who betrayed them got killed and fed to rats.
Long teeth, long claws, sniff us out and swallow us alive.
Okay, so there are apparently hounds coming up. That's not nice.
Shiny bottles, rows and rows, glass graves for us. Drowned eyes stare down, sire, sister, child. Lost ones, loved ones, linger with us. Still the knife thirsts.
Okay, so I guess some scientists collect rats in, like, formaldehyde or something?
They stick us between heads and burn our flesh. Teeth crunching bones eat us whole. He brought us food, delicious food, soft, good flesh, blood like trust, blood like betrayal. She never knew.
Okay, so someone probably killed someone else and fed them to the rats.
Bodies hidden, dipped, unmarked white stone, rotting alone. Bodies unearthed, flesh and clean sunshine, left for us. Sweet taste of decay.
Okay, so someone opened some graves?
Trapped in low places, melty climbing down on tails and toes, leave us to starve, break our bones. Slick shining oil from the seasonal oils, blood deep and heavy, tastes like emptiness, tastes like alone.
So I guess that's when they go to the whale butcher? Somewhere?
Always sick, madness in their lungs, death in their minds. Armies of us in streets, in sewers, all feared us. Bite, 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 bite.
Okay, yeah, that was the rat plague of the first game. So that's a nice callback.
Breathing in vain, scent of blood from us. Dripping jaws close, closer, scared, scattered. Bited soft flesh left in streets, bited eyes and tongues, delicious food. Leave them in gutters for us to eat.
So the thing is that we have the so-called eyeless that we're supposed to meet soon. So if the rat find flesh left for us in the street, does that mean the eyeless, like scoop out people's eyes and tongues and leave them in the street? That seems kind of inefficient.
Now that swollen stomach splashes spill out. Delicious blood, delicious insides. Eat liver first, best fresh. Garbage, garbage.
Okay, we've heard that before. Yeah, okay, I think we're...
Scary.
Yeah, those are all things we've heard before.
Smell that?
Okay. Well, I love those as rats. Like, it's creepy and scary. But, it's a cool, fun mechanic. Press C to toggle stealth mode, crouching down and moving silently. Oh, there's a tutorial for that. Do we want to play it? Let's try it. To remain unnoticed, avoid making noise and stay out of your... Press C to enter stealth mode, crouching low and silencing. When undetected, assassinate enemies. You can also choke them until they're unconscious by holding control. Also known as Megan Foster. I missed that one. Oh, you see, in the video, here she is missing the eye, I think. When detected, you can still perform these actions. What was that? Enemies are less perceptive when distracted by conversations or engaged in some activities. When enemies detect you, they will escalate through successive states. Awareness icons will pass through different states. Look around. Investigate. Detect. Look around, investigate, detect. Okay, yeah. These different states of... You can attract an enemy's attention by using distractions, giving you improvised ways to sneak past. By holding Alt and pressing Q or E, you can lean around corners. W, you can peek over cover. This is all way too fast to read for me. Okay, let's reread it on the stream with the 20-second delay. S, you return to your original position. You can also lean around corners by pressing Q or E. Leaning allows you to look ahead without being seen, I guess is what the end said. I don't know. Ah, now we get the prompt again. S, you can also lean around corners by pressing Q or... Damn it, it's gone again. Lean right, peek over, lower view. Okay, so Alt W is peek over and S is go back. Okay, peek over is new to me. So that's interesting. Alright. Leaning allows you to look ahead without being seen by enemies. So, in the video, it looked like the wanted poster... Yeah, it was a different one. Like, you see this poster says Billy Lurk, and that's it. And the other had a wider line saying Billy Lurk, also known as Megan Foster. So if we look at this one... Yeah, so that's the shorter one, it's different. Also, I think it had the eye different. Assist the Grand Sarkonan Guard in apprehending the recidivist criminal Billy Lurk. Generous rewards and positions promised for information leading to her swift arrest or death. Report all suspicious characters to the nearest Grand Guard checkpoint. Do not attempt to apprehend unassisted. For burglary, smuggling, injurious assault, and other high crimes. Okay. Okay. I miss all my magic abilities. I guess we can sneak up to him like they showed. Sneak up to unaware enemies in stealth mode and press... Yeah, okay. So they're describing everything that we saw. We can actually pick you up and drop you somewhere where you won't be noticed. Here, that should be comfortable. Those sandbags look like pillows. And I could still kill him now. That's always a nice detail in a game. For a moment I thought that was a hand, like from this angle. Kind of looked like a bunch of fingers and a grey, like statue hand, and here's even a thumb. I really love the design of all these places. Like that they... How like the rest of the map that you can't get to is still filled and feels, you know, real and as if it exists past you. Okay, so at some point we might encounter hounds, but so far it's looking safe. Okay, and the baths are over there. What kind of a guy is he even? He looks like a... Yeah, he's a Grand Guard guy. Okay. Not a person from the Eyeless yet. Oh, and I just realized when I... You know, some games use controls for crouch. Control for crouch. and this game uses C. And I just realized when I accidentally pressed Control and she kind of made this blocking motion that in Dishonored 2, different from Dishonored 1, where I always missed it, we will have the ability back that if we're detected, we can block and then choke them. So it will be... I love that different technique because it allows us to... You know, like, if we goof, we can still be non-lethal. If it's, you know, just one enemy that has detected us. So really looking forward to that. Attention, facility management at Addermire Institute have initiated a voluntary recall on Addermire's solution. Due to potential adverse side effects, citizens are urged not to consume the recalled product. If you have used Addermire solution in large quantities and have experienced headaches, nausea, rapid changes in mood, or periods of memory loss, you are encouraged to contact the Addermire Institute to arrange an appointment with Dr. Hypatia free of charge. Okay, we've rescued her, so I guess that makes sense. I wonder if you killed her in the game, whether... Sorry about that, smacking. I should probably drink some water. I wonder what this text would say. My guess is this poster will also change. Because that's kind of the fun thing. The way 3D graphics work, you know, you have the shapes of the objects, and then you have the color they are painted in. And the color is a 2D graphic. So, for example, you know, it's a stone pattern. And often it's even the cracks in the stone. So this is just like one big rectangle for the floor. And then they have a graphic for those stone plates and like a second 2D graphic that just like is kind of a grayscale height map that kind of says, okay, if this is black, there is a crack in here, and if it's gray, then it's a little, you know, it's at the middle level, and if it's white, then it's a raised bump, so-called bump maps. I'm criminally simplifying here, but that's, you know, basically how it works. You have stuff that gets combined, so it's not actually that someone went there and modeled each of these plates and placed them on the floor, but rather that just for the purposes of shadows and reflections, the bump texture gets calculated into the actual pattern. And then someone goes and adds other items, you know, like adds a bit of rubble over there, or something like that. And that means when you start up a game, it goes and loads all those 2D graphics to use as textures into RAM, you know, to be able to use it. And then you have this list of the graphics, and like graphic number 0 is the stone floor, graphic number 1 is like the canvas pattern for a bag, and pattern number 2 is the like the zippers around it or something. And that in turn means if you want to have posters like that change based on your decisions in the previous game, it's fairly easy. All you have to do is when you load the graphics, if decision A has been made, you load file A into slot 1. If decision B has made, you load file B into slot 1. And that means everywhere where a designer went, okay, here I'll put the poster about Addermire solution, they don't have to account, like there's nothing dynamic at that point in the game. It's just at the load point. And that's why it's, such a clever game design trick to have posters like this that react to your previous actions. It's, there's nobody coming towards you and going, oh yes, you remember? Back when you did X? Yes, that really made me sad. And that's why I'm not going to help you. You don't need something like that. You can just have this, and I can totally miss this, or I can walk past it and go like, wait, Hypatia? Oh right, I saved her. Or, Addermire Institute, Dr. Miller. I've never heard of Dr. Miller. Oh right. I killed Dr. Hypatia, so I guess Dr. Miller is the one who's taken over after her, or something like that. I don't know what this would say if we'd killed her. It could also just say, Addermire solution is bad. If you have used it in large quantities, please report to the harbor master to be dumped in the sea, Or please, report to the flooded district or something. Or, to the nearest hospital. They could make it more neutral. But yeah, that's a cool game design thing that I love. How they kind of went like, okay, how can we make the world change without, having to build every level 3 times, once with how it would look with decision A, with decision B, or decision C. Like, if you did a high chaos playthrough, maybe you killed all the people that could have prevented the rat plague from spreading. So, of course, one solution that a naive game designer would think of is, okay, every map has more rats when you kill Addermire, and if you don't kill Addermire, then, the place looks more pristine. Because it's not, everyone hasn't been killed as a plague. But then someone needs to go in there, needs to put all the rats in there, needs to, on every map, say, okay, these are the rats you will always get, and these are the extra rats that depend on this decision. So the game, every time you load it, has to check and has to change. And here, this texture, it would be there anyway. It's just the actual pixels in it that got changed once at startup. But since they needed to be loaded from disk into RAM anyway, for the game, that doesn't cause a speed difference or anything. If you have drunk that, please dump yourself in the sea. Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean. Oh, flammable rum. I mean, it could still be, I don't know, if they actually, after a high chaos playthrough, give you more rats or something. I don't know, like, I've been playing for a couple of months now. I've only been playing Dishonored. And that's actually a thought I had. Remember before the break when I said we'll end the stream? I mean take a break. And I think that was a bit of a Freudian reaction. I love this game. I love playing this every time. But of course, I kind of worry, like, those people who kind of like the streams but, might not like Dishonored or might still want to play it and don't want to be spoiled. They've kind of been there and going like, well, I like to watch that stream, but right now I can't for several months, So I'm kind of thinking I really need to play a different kind of game next. And so, that was probably kind of in the back of my head. But on the other side, if I ever get back to Dishonored, and I mean, I have 5 million other games that I should get to, so this might be a time, but who knows? Then I might just go for an explicitly violent and nihilistic high chaos playthrough, and then we might see the difference. And maybe these differences will also include more rats here. I think I heard that at least in the Dishonored base game, the amount of rats changes depending on how you play. Did somebody give you that feedback that they're playing right now and want to avoid spoilers? No, not yet. But it's something I do occasionally. Like, I have some streams that I've, been there, watched every time they were on, and then they started playing, for example, what is it called? A Strange Life? No, what is it called? Something with life. It's a point-and-click adventure game. Like, there was one before the storm. Is it a Strange Life? I don't know. But anyway, and that's a game where I saw a bit, like, I've always been kind of, I might play that game someday. But I always was a bit on the fence because it kind of seemed a little strongly railroaded. And then I saw someone play the game, the start of it, and went like, no, this is actually a lot closer to what I want to play than I thought. And then basically in the middle of the stream, I just went, okay, I'm out of here. I realized I want to play that game and I don't want any further spoilers. That was actually a channel that I mod for occasionally, and so, it wasn't just me going, hey, I'm not watching your stream right now. But it was more like, okay, I don't think I can mod for you for a while until you're done with this game. So that's just something, I personally did, so I'm assuming that there will be other people who feel similarly. And there's also a few other streams that have played games and have said, there's a bunch of streams, that, like we do here, at the start, just, chat and have some fun, and then go, okay, now we start the game. And some of these games, it was always lots of people saying goodbye at the point where the game was actually started, because they wanted to play the game. The trick is to play and watch open world games instead of story-based games. Yeah. Well, for one, anyone who knows me knows how I play these games, especially if you've seen me today, knows that, like, I'm all about the story here. I'm running around, and that's really the part I care about. So, fat chance of that ever happening. Also, talking about open world games with a story, I think it was one of the Assassin's Creed games where the story was so flexible about what order you place stuff in that I thought, okay, I've played, I don't know, 4 weeks of the game before the other streamer started playing the game. So I'm not going to get spoiled. The second or third stream of them I watched, they suddenly found a side quest I hadn't yet done. And, so if it's open world enough, you can actually not watch a game until you finished it, because another player might just do stuff in a different order. So that's a downside of modern games that let you do what you want. There's no prescribed order that you can rely on as a viewer either. Dance calendar, printed by the Coro Club. Miners Family Committee, 2nd. Morley Night, 4th. Crone's Hand Saloon, 6th. Tivian Association Formal, 10th. Gleaner's Feast Lessons, 13th. Dockyard Social, Ides Night. Tarantella Club, 21st. Batista Ring Dances, cancelled. Forlana Gathering, 28th. Okay. That's interesting. So I guess it's at a dance club. Okay, we can probably break through here. Oops. That was the wrong button. I should have left-clicked instead of right. What's that? Okay, that's for the light. Interesting generator. I think we've seen these before, but I don't think I ever realized they were generators, and they don't have any obvious electrical burst and voltaic shot. Okay. We have interesting arrows. So there's no obvious whale oil tank that we could use to take it out. That's interesting. So we could just walk straight ahead. Oh, this is suspicious. There's plants growing up this. So maybe some of the witches actually are not powerless. Or maybe this is just a watchtower that is, you know, disused. Restricted area. And there's a carriage, a broken one. And I guess we just heard the rats over there. Oh, what is that music? That eek 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 music. Maybe it's just stylized stuff. Quick access wheel. Press and hold tab to open the quick access wheel. Select the weapon, gadget, or power you want in your left hand, and then release tab to equip it. Assign a hotkey to a weapon or power by selecting that item in the quick access wheel and pressing any shortcut key from 0 to 9. Your S and J health elixir. Oh, interesting. Yeah, so it's S and J now, whatever that company is. It's not Addermeyer Solution anymore, and it's not Sokolov's, I guess. It's displayed in the top left corner. Those can also be consumed by pressing R. Okay, we have 4. I mean, they look identical to the... I think the red one was Sokolov, right? And the blue one was Addermeyer. And whatever is that on the right? 0 eyes? This will be interesting. It will also be interesting whether we will get powers or not. It seems we, you know, it mentioned... Oh, wait. The fig wasn't actually that... I forgot I couldn't pick that up. Still not sure if that grindstone... No, we can just... Still don't know what those are for. Okay, so we can go through here, thereby just circumventing the door. Or we can try to go through here. Combat. Press left mouse button to attack with your sword. Press right mouse button to use your left hand, gadget, or power. That's why I'm always so confused, by the way. Because the left hand is the right button, and the right hand is the left button. It's like, what? You can press and hold F to sheathe your weapons. Drop down onto an enemy from above to avoid taking damage from a fall. Press left mouse button just before landing to perform a drop assassination, or press Control to perform a non-lethal takedown that will leave the enemy unconscious. Whoops. Okay, so I guess we don't have blink, but we can creep around up here. There's a lot of light there, which I don't know if we will be safe. This all feels like it would be a gorgeous area to use the blink ability on, but we don't have blink.
Oh, isn't it laundry day yet? Oh, it's gotta be soon. I can't stand my own stench.
Okay. Got you. Of course, now we're down here. Instead of...
Let's see. What was it?
Uh-oh. Dang it, he can see me. Let's see. Yes. Perfect. Mission orders. Okay, that's the auto pickup when you take someone and pick them up. Lieutenant, I've received reports of illegal activity in the old Albarca baths, and I suspect the Eyeless gang is involved. This could be our chance to finally strike a blow against those degenerate rat-eaters. I want you to scout the area with your squad and gather as much information as you can before then. But don't take any risks. The Dockyard District will send reinforcements for a raid momentarily. Captain Lejano. Okay. Oh, we can probably put you down here. You're not as easy to spot there. But it's a bit silly that they say, we have heard reports. When we walked out there, there were big fucking posters, 2 different designs, hanging there saying, hey, we are doing magical fights in the baths. In the Albarca baths. I couldn't remember the name for a moment there, so luckily the game tells me. I really miss all my abilities here. Can you give me, like, my see enemies through walls ability back? And my blink? That would be, you know, the main 2. Okay, this is different. Oh, Voltaic Gun. Press right mouse button to fire the Voltaic Gun with the selected ammunition. The Voltaic Gun uses electromagnetic acceleration to fire both lethal and non-lethal ammo. Projectiles create noise on impact, but the blast of the Voltaic Guns itself is muffled. So, I guess that means they won't know where I am and shot from, but they will hear when I take out one of their friends. You can upgrade the Voltaic Gun to perform charged shots. Hold right mouse button to charge and release to fire, for greater damage and varying effects based on ammunition type. Okay, I guess I triggered that too early. No. Hide show all. Oh. Ah, I can take stuff out of the wheel. Okay, that's interesting. Are you suffering from bone charm skill addiction? Come to Adameyer's Institute for a free position as a test subject. No. I've played Portal. I know exactly what happens to test subjects. And I tell you, the cake is a lie. I would have tried to say something smarter, but I couldn't think of anything that wasn't a huge spoiler. And at least that's a phrase you've heard in that context a lot already. Okay, carriage station and the Albarca baths. Okay, there's really not that much. So yeah, we arrived here, snuck out here, took out the guy there, took the picturesque route, went through here. Stairs? Or are we here? Oh yeah, those are the stairs. Oh, and there's the rats. Okay. I can't look at the map anymore? Oh, come on. Ah, okay, I can look like this. You are here. Okay, it actually tells me now. Yeah, okay. So this... I guess through here, but that's on the left, not on the right. A bit weird. Okay. So that's the rails on the left. Yeah. So that's where we can walk through. Even though here it kind of says it was a passage, but I guess that's blocked. But that's fine. Let's see if rats have anything nice to tell us.
Why did self-flesh in the streets? Why did eyes and tongues, delicious food, leave them in gutters for us to eat? Slick, shining oil from his seasonal oils, blood deep and heavy, tastes like emptiness, tastes like alone. Traps in low places, melty climbing down on tails and tongues, leave us to starve, break our bones.
Yeah, okay, this is where we could have gone through. Flammable liquor, if we want. Free paint. Damn it, and I ordered paint. Bosses beware, when we're screwed, we multiply. Oh, it took me a moment to get that one. But this area, this part up here, it really looks like we're supposed to blink there. Like this would be perfectly fine to get through. So I wonder if we'll be returning here, or why this is designed that way. Or if they moved around the levels or something and decided not to give us that ability after all. Oh, or maybe we can walk up here? I guess I could try that. And I'm kind of glad that that watchtower isn't on. I don't think we can climb up here, can we? Nope. Hi, how's it going? Really enjoying this here. I spent 2 hours just in the starting location reading all the books. So, you haven't missed much. There's a bone charm nearby. Look around closely. So the question is, it's probably not out here, because otherwise I would have seen the message. But let's just have a look. Oh, no. Oh, I can actually get up here. That's fascinating. And it still says bone charm. Neutral territory. So I guess I can trespass here just fine. Bone charm. Ooh. Death of the Outsider, I think, is where all the design parts of the Dishonored come together best. Oh, that's good to hear. It seems pretty good right now. I'm just missing my blink ability and my void vision, or whatever you want to call it. But apart from that, I'm liking it so far. No complaints. Bone charms provide supernatural benefits, traits, upgrading your powers, your prowess or powers, or even adding entirely new abilities. Corrupt and black bone charms are rarer and more powerful, offering more exotic traits. But corrupt bone charms are unstable and also possess negative traits. Locate bone charms by using foresight to see them through walls or buy them at the black market shop. Spoiler, bad game. So foresight, I guess we get that ability and that's our void vision equivalent. By default, you can activate up to 5 bone charms at once in the journal. Oh, and by the way, I'm glad to hear, I wasn't sure at the start because I didn't know where we were in the timeline, but as I understand it, Death of the Outsider is after Dishonored 2 base game chronologically. So our Billy Lurk doesn't have the bone arm and isn't missing an eye. Prowess and powers anagrams. Good. Like that. So yeah, cool. It remembered some things we did. Hello? I think the game just froze on me. Now the question is, did I just lose everything? Oh no, thank goodness it's back. Foresight is a really neat take on void vision. It's no longer a passive superpower though. Okay, interesting. I'll see what happens. Okay. Strong arms. Yeah, we've... Shut up. Now. Okay. So I guess equip the first bone charm, strong arms. You choke enemies unconscious slightly faster. Thank you. Definitely what I want. So at least that's that's one I had in the previous games, and yeah, exactly my playstyle. We'll be rich. Read. Excerpt from a journal.
If I do use magic, then I need to check it out.
We've been here just a month, and I'm making coin hand over fist. It's a dream come true. Sure, it costs to keep that suppressor running, but it's paid for itself 10 times over. Everyone wants to try to fight the brute. All the new folks coming in because they heard we can do a bit of magic, thinking they're the one who will break the brute's record. Ha! They pay for it in coin and teeth. Better them than me. I could kiss the one who led us here and to that magnificent bastard. Okay. Black Magic Brute. Win 73, 0 forfeits. Jenny the Reaper, 22 to 5. 3. Stout William. Almost read that as villain. 16 to 7. And the Cutter, 10 to 2. Okay, interesting. Oh, that's a typewriter, not a audiograph or whatever it's called. Ooh, bathing salts. I'm not sure, like, you know, like on one hand, early games, it was always like, well, they're building a really realistic world, but how are the people in this world gonna go to the toilet? Because there's no loos anywhere. So, kind of game designers went, okay, we have to make it more realistic and add toilets. And then, of course, they went, okay, the toilets have to at least be slightly interactive. But, you know, not everyone... not everyone, you know, goes the whole way like Duke Nukem, where they, where you actually use the toilet. Did you have your skiff at the start of the mission? No, I just walked out over the pipes off the side of the boat. Is that also like a mission change, depending on decisions I've made? The two crucial questions of game design. Can you pet the dog and can you flush the loo? Exactly, yeah. Apartment key needed. Okay, that doesn't look like I can go in there right now. At least not from here. Okay, here's an open safe. I guess somebody cracked this already. And I guess this we'll have to figure out how to unlock. Some more bullets if we need them. We can set stuff on fire, I guess. Okay, and I guess that's where we got to go. Oh. Money. Oh, apartment key. It was just hanging there. Although these birds are crazy. Like a bird with a horn. I like how they kind of go like, you know, like there's something roughly like that. Let's just exaggerate it to make it look strange. No, the skiff turns up at some point unrelated to your previous games. It's just there's a thing then I wanted to comment on. I couldn't remember when it happened though. Okay, cool. Yeah, definitely do that. I like hints. No, that was the wrong one. Just open. Okay. It's just as soon as it goes like zip, I keep holding it down because I go, oh right, it's a long action. And then, no, it isn't. Because that's the other action. I just need to do the tap. Do the tap dance. Okay, is there anything? No, I guess we can't go up here. Because that door is locked. It's locked, alright. I broke my back in the silver mines, yes. Backbreaker. So we could peek through here. What are you saying? I wonder if they'll be going after us. Quite a lot of bird species have horns. Ah, okay. I mean, I know, like, there's some which have, like, weird noses or something. But, you know, like, a whole, like, head-size horn? I didn't think that was really a thing. Okay, I guess we'll just Whoops. Open this. Why are you here all of a sudden? I don't know if you're friendly. Well, I guess we'll find out. Play your way. Detection isn't the end. Even after you are spotted by enemies, various options are available to you. Kill all your enemies in combat, defeat the enemies non-lethally, escape and stay out of sight until the enemies give up searching for you, use powers, gadgets, and trickery to creatively overcome the situation. Is there anyone who would detect me?
Talking a new bone charm tonight. Says it stirs up your vitals. Gets the juices flowing through your veins. Keeps your head clear for the fight. You reckon I should get one?
No, no, no! Don't waste coin on Duff's whalebone gewgaws. They don't do squat. Want your vitals stirred? Get some Scarlet Nightshade ointment. Rub it on your chest before the match. You'll see.
Scarlet Nightshade? I tried Black Nightshade Elixir once. Supposed to put strength in your swing. Rubbed it on and lost all feeling from the neck down for a fortnight. Numb as a dead cod. Couldn't walk, couldn't stand, couldn't piss without Gretchen's help. Nah. I'll stick to Duffy's bone charms.
Well, do what your gut says. But trust me, when you're getting carved up like a screaming piglet in the ring, you'll wish you'd tried my ointment.
Careful!
How rude. That's a bit of a bug in the game, that they just run into you on their predefined path and then go, careful, as if it was your fault. I really want Blink seized. Okay. I guess. I think let's see if we can go down there.
Where am I gonna find the money for that?
Cassowaries hornbills. In case of doubt, such a bird will exist in Australia. It will be 2 meters tall and eat mailmen for breakfast, seasoned with venomous spiders. Correct, the cassowary is up to 2 meters tall and is found in New Guinea, northeastern Australia. See? Okay. I stand corrected. Okay, I think that's basically if we had taken the other path. But let's just look if there's anything interesting here. It's kind of weird. I wonder how detecting bone charms will work here.
Maybe I should have it looked at.
Oh,
I don't think it's supposed to fester like that. A little pus is all right, but this...
I wonder if I can go through here without being attacked. I guess that works. Health Elixir. The health elixir replenishes health. It can be consumed from the quick access wheel or by using the shortcut that appears when your health is low. Ooh, Whispers from the Void by Barnoli Mulani. Oh, I didn't know Mulan was actually into bone charms. Treatise on the physical existence of that foreign realm. The Abbey of the Everyman condemns any continued study into the void and its existence. But consider, if you will, the whales hauled daily into Dunwall's great slaughterhouses. Are they more or less frightening when dangled from Witch's Hook? Is the thing rendered more mysterious, more dangerous, and more powerful when it has been dissected, studied, and categorized? No, I say. Natural philosophy may yet banish all uncertainties from the world and bring all that is feared beneath our knowing gaze. It is true I am not a religious man, but one must respect the Abbey of the Everyman for its continued moral guidance of our great empire. Surely even the High Overseer himself would agree that a thorough investigation into the Void would yield knowledge which would be used towards better protection against its malignancies. We would be able to subject the Void to scrutiny rather than be subjected to its insidious influences. Everything that is known can be brought into the natural order of the world. If the Abbey would allow it, I am sure we may one day traverse the Void safely. We may yet be free of the outsider's whispers if such a creature exists. I don't personally know about their mailman culinary traditions, though, because no mailman lived to tell the tale. Makes sense. I would have thought at least one would manage to dash off a quick missive while being snacked on, though since the cassowary is flightless, they couldn't send it airmail. Well, the thing is, if the mailman is killed, who will pick up the missive and deliver it? You know, that's why nobody knows about it. They wrote the missives, but there was nobody alive around to actually send it. I wonder if I'm being greedy here with the dogs around. Kind of expecting them at some point to attack me. Kill all the whales. Oh. Hostile territory. Interesting. Okay. Yep. That's where we came from.
I've heard a few things about the Eyeless. Some of it strange. None of it good.
Electrical burst. Safety fire lamps. Best quality. Okay. Every Australian likes a good cup of quality. Neutral territory. That's interesting. Why was this little bit hostile territory? Being out here is fine. Okay, we're back here in front of the house. Okay. That's fine then. So the missive is just waiting for an adventurer to stumble across it beside the mailman's bones. Yes, exactly. And you know how unreliable adventurers are about delivering. So, oh, warning, bloodfly infestation. So that's still not quite cleaned up, apparently. Is there...
Tonight, I'm gonna trade in some wages for a bottle of whiskey. Maybe try my luck at dice.
Okay, that's all locked up there as well. So it's not as if we could go in there and investigate anything. Oh, spring razor. Cool. Attach a spring razor to any surface by aiming at the desired location and pressing right mouse button. Spring razors release a cloud of deadly razor wires when enemies come within range. Okay, nothing really changed here. Nice, though.
Hark, there she blows. Hark, under she goes. Look sharp, pull up alongside. Look sharp, we're in for a ride.
I love that. Finally someone sings. That's what this game needed. A little more music. A little more music. Yeah, right.
Can't chat, I'm busy.
Go away. I need to prepare for my fight.
She looks kind of...
A full day's work. Oh, that's
No, I guess she's just a bad animation. That she looks kind of dead in the eyes. I thought like the name Eyeless maybe implied that they were blind or something. It doesn't look like it. I mean, I was happy about people singing, but you're whistling. It's not that good. I guess we'll just leisurely walk in. Ooh, that's a weird, like double snake birdfish thing. It looks like a manta ray or something.
Next time I'll try it with a waxing gibbous. And if that doesn't do it, then I've got no idea how to...
Oh. She's a witch, I guess.
I'm the first one to admit when I'm
You'll need
scared.
bone charms or potions or something if you plan on fighting tonight.
Something's up. Another day
Okay.
like yesterday, and I think I'll give it up for good.
I would like more bone charms. Oh. That's not looking good. A dead body. So I'm wondering if I had... You know, I was giving these 2 contracts at the start of the game. And I wonder if I could do them somehow before going on this mission. And if yes, then, you know, would I have gotten bone charms that I need? So, have I made a mistake now? But I guess we shall see. I mean, this could be the game warning me. Just to be safe, I think we'll do a save here.
I shouldn't have eaten that. Now
These thoughts and conversations that they always mumble about are kind of weird. Still, you know, it's all like, oh my god, my bowel movements are bad today. A map. 1, entrance. Okay, I guess that's where we are. 2, private baths. So we'll come past that going upstairs. Yeah, so you end up... Oh no, we just... If we walk around, we get to the private baths. And if we walk up the stairs, we land... No, that has to be down the stairs. Then we land where the albarca is, whatever that is, and the locker room. Okay. Yeah. It's always interesting that these maps are more precise when you don't explicitly look at them, but just have them on the wall.
Climb the small way, dark way, hidden high on the walls. Up, past water drip, woods soft with rot. Secret rooms high up, hounds hunger there. They feast on men.
Oh.
Through fire has to keep us away, but burn herself. all alight. Tough flesh, tough burning flesh.
We know that. Okay, what was that clue? You overheard the rats talking about an unconventional route to the second floor at the Albarca Baths, directly above the locker room. The Grand Guard is aware of illegal activity. Yeah, we saw that. Yeah, the rats giving hints is one of my favorite touches. I had forgotten about it until now, though. Yeah, it's cool. I love it. It's also the voice acting is really... I love that, you know? Like, the decision, like the voice direction and the execution is really cool. Because, you know, it makes the rats...
Bone charms,
You know, they sound weird.
potions and tinctures. The barest whiff of the void.
And still, you know, they seem kind of cute. Like, this way it talks. You know, you're not disgusted or scared by them, really. See you in the void, suckers. Okay, those are apparently all the people that fought someone. Okay, that's health. We should be good on that front right now.
Jeanette Lee owns the place. She can answer your questions.
Okay, I can't really talk to you anymore. That's a pity. Restricted area. Locked door. Okay. So I guess we're just going downstairs. This blood is not at all ominous. Yeah, I also like it if you like think about what we had in the game so far. Like, it's kind of like the heart. And I mean, it even looks a little bit like it. So that's a cool thing. And you feel different. Like, this is... You know, there are different ways to ramp up difficulty. And one is to just give you crazy difficult enemies, mechanics-wise at least, or crazy powerful ones. You know, big health bars or whatever. And when you... you know, so as you gain abilities, they all kind of... They work against the first couple enemies, and then it gets as difficult as it was before, again. Or another way here is, since we change protagonists, we have to build up our abilities each time. And Corvo and Emily were pretty powerful pretty quickly. But they had, you know, big tasks to do. And on the other hand, Dowd, and at least right now, well, Dowd actually started out with a pretty, you know, Corvo-like ability set. There were just subtle differences that kind of made it a little more balanced. But now, as Billy, they kind of like taken all our abilities away again. But, I mean, we're early on. It was similar with Emily. And so I like that right now it almost looks as if you wouldn't get any abilities like Blink or something. Like, if you look in the menus, you have Bone Charms. You don't have abilities here. But there is a good chunk of air between this, so I'm not sure. And there's bigger slots here, so my guess is we will get abilities and they just kind of rearrange the UI to kind of not make it obvious. But it would feel... I love the abilities, but on the other hand, I would respect it. Grudgingly. if we were given, you know, abilities that you know, if we were given no abilities, you know, if this was more like a Dishonored 2 powerless run. So if we got a few things that let us do, you know, like the things we need in the game. So like, you know, detect bone charms and maybe use the bone charms to kind of level up a bit our constitution. Did you equip the bone charm that you found? Yes. It's here. Strong arms, so we can choke people faster. That's all we have so far. And we don't have crafting yet. So I hope I didn't miss any bone charms.
Seized right up. I told him to let it warm a little first. Can't say I didn't warn him.
There's a bone charm nearby. Oh, Konos start tables. Okay, that was just money. Okay. Not, you know, that I have a problem with money. It's nice in this game. Okay, we can't get through here, I guess. Just because I'm not sure if I'm not reading this wrong. Let's see if we can break this. I think we can't, but I'm kind of... I don't want them all to come at me.
Just make it through this shift, and I can go and have a mug or something at the pub.
Where am I gonna get
A little
that?
like myself.
Maybe the incantation will work with just a little.
Whoops. What happened now? Oh,
From the street.
I guess the mouse was on the other screen when I clicked. That's odd. Wrong button again.
If I see anything, I'll run. What was that?
Okay. I should probably... Standard ammunition, static burst. Yeah, let's switch to this, so at least for the next 15 times we'll only lose those arrows.
Should get a longer break. On account of my bad feet, you know? I should be able to complain to someone.
Outsider's eyes. Dowd. They're making him fight? I have to get him out of there.
You don't look so tough.
Oh, he's down there.
Look at you, trapped like a hound in the pits. Hoping your masters will throw you a bone charm.
Oh, that's horrible wordplay. Your masters will throw you a bone charm. So my guess is he gives the abilities. And that guy... Interesting that they have a picture of the outsider here. And so that... Because this guy looks a lot more like the black magic guy. So, let's see. What can we do here? Brute Powers Suppressor. Do not touch. I don't know how this thing works, but it keeps the brute under control and in the pit. Have your fun, but watch out. When I've got my money's worth, our leaders will want to eyeball him. We were lucky to find such a vicious cur for their studies. You've seen him fight. If he gets out, he'll kill us all, so don't turn off the machine. Jeanette Lee.
This thing must be keeping Dowd's power suppressed. If I turned it off, nothing could stop him.
Okay. On, fight, off.
Locked. Whoever runs this place must have the key.
Okay, and if we jump down there... Oh, there's another dead body down there. Okay, so Dowd is the one that fights. That's interesting, because on the picture, the guy looked much more like him. Alright.
When you get in there, up your agility right off and swing a hard left jab. Works like a charm.
Should I fight tonight? My whole body hurts, but I could really use the money.
Who says hey there? No!
Well, that's what the tea leaf said.
No, wait. Let's go back to the last quick save, I guess. I hope that wasn't too long ago. I think I saved right at that door, at the bathroom door. Let me out of these chains and I'll charm you with my bone. Oh, wow. Okay, right, it said there is a bone charm nearby. My guess is it's in there.
Outsider's eyes. Dowd. They're making him fight? I have to get him out of there.
Oh, okay, I guess we could go in there.
Look at you!
Or in there.
Like a hound in the pits. Hoping your masters will throw you a bone charm.
Alright, let's just do this interaction.
This thing must be keeping Dowd's powers suppressed. If I turned it off, nothing could stop him. Locked. Whoever runs this place must have the key.
Up your agility right off and swing a hard left jab. Works like a charm.
Why am I kind of expecting... You know, I wouldn't be surprised if we ended up fighting him. So, what I really wanted to do is this.
Same thing.
Let's see if that's... Stealing the bone charm reward. I poked around and found that big reward bone charm stashed upstairs in a workshop. Stealing it is your problem, but take my advice. If you can't handle the brute without some powerful bone charm, you best not mess with Jeanette Lee and her goons. Okay. So inconspicuous that what you're doing here. So much wordplay to do.
You're fighting the black magic brute? Why don't you roll in sardine paste and swim through hagfish waters instead? It's a less painful death.
Wait, you think I can't take him? I can hold my own in the ring. I knifed bigger blighters than him when I was a Bottle Street runner. And for less coin than I'll make when I win this match.
You won't win. The
You were
brute
working on
cheats
a
the
new
eye with
ointment.
his speed.
How
His
did it turn
moves
out?
are a blur.
I've got 4
It's
little ones, and I
unnatural.
wanted to make something to
Trust me,
soothe their
you won't
teething
land a
pains.
blow.
Nobody's
Crying
that
so
fast.
much, breaking my
Nice
heart.
knowing you, my friend.
But I guess I got the dosage wrong, because all their teeth fell out overnight.
Oh boy. Well, I guess at least they don't cry anymore.
Nope. But the best part is that I got 24 good baby teeth in the process. Grind them into a paste under a full moon, and you can use it to harden the bones in your hands.
What else? They're no good otherwise.
Where do you find a recipe like that? Very exotic.
I learned a lot at the conservatory, back when I was with Ashworth. I miss those days.
I'm kind of feeling like
I was pretty sure I took it with me.
pocketing someone.
Not this time.
Thomas, you don't know what you're getting into with this black magic. It draws you in with harmless things like sailor's charms, but then see what horrors the eyeless make you do when you're too scared to leave. That's what the outsider wants. You didn't know I had a brother, did you? When we were little, there was an old woman who lived by the dockyards. Ma said to run if she ever even looked at us, but we didn't listen. She was ugly as a hagfish, but she'd tell us odd stories and said her black-eyed friend would visit if we were quiet. Then my brother went missing. We searched all over for him, but we found no trace. That night, I went to the old woman, that witch, and she had something awful smelling in a pot she was stirring with all her strength. I asked if she'd seen him, and she laughed, said yes, and showed me. She'd cut my brother up to pieces, nothing but bones and red flesh, and the little scarf he always wore. She'd have ground me up too if I hadn't run to the overseers. Get out of this cult while you can, before you're gutting someone's son or daughter to get the outsider's attention. Adela. So I guess that was Granny Rags.
Tap the whalebone thrice. Twice.
Where's that lucky charm?
So I don't know what I took off all these people. I guess we'll see later.
These pseudo-spiritualists will never know what we've known. Maybe we should
You'd
leave
better
this
step back now.
to old Birdie place.
Spooky, someone grabbing people off the street. What do they want?
I don't know.
Hopefully they just leave me alone.
So I guess I got whalebone from everyone. That's nice. Dowd, the black magic beast.
For a beer later?
No. Eyeless diary. Excerpt from a private journal. That's why we read it. It's private. It's for us. 24th of harvest. Heard from some of the women who came over from the Royal Conservatory that there's a man tied up in one of the old public baths. I laughed, but they said it wasn't like that, and there's something special about him. I'll round up some of the others and take a look. 3rd of Nets. They weren't lying. Some unlucky fool is down there. I don't know what that machine is, or what put him there, but we found a real one. Void touch, just like the women said. 7th of Nets. We moved the operation over to the Albarca baths, easier than trying to move him. He's got some real fight in him, though you wouldn't know from how old he looks. Need to talk to Jeanette. 12th of Nets. Got it all set up now. We called him the Black Magic Brute. Came up with it myself. I'm proud of that one. The outsider gave him magic, I know that much, but the stupid hound can't talk. Or won't. Just mutters. Won't look anyone in the eye until the fight starts. But those fights, we'll be making coin off him for a long time. Okay, that's interesting.
Hello?
Never tried this rat drink before. What's it taste like?
You've had worse things in your mouth. It's the smell you gotta worry about. Like a rotting corpse in a sewer. One small whiff, and you'll puke yourself inside out.
Yeah. Think I'll stick to whiskey.
Whiskey's a cheap parlor trick. Any street sot can swill a bottle and get so betwaddled he thinks he's Duke of Bell. Rat spirit takes nerve. It shrivels the marrow in cowards' bones, but stand fast, and the spirit shows you an eyeful of the void, worth every stinking drop.
Oh, maybe that's the replacement for Addermeyer?
We used to make good money here, until all the Grand Guard shakedowns.
Plagued spirit. Oh my god, okay, that's what the rats were talking about. Glasses with rats in them. Ugh. So it's like the worm.
Overflowing the till.
Pay your something 1 month late. maker.
I used to train on red sharks after hanging them to dry over at the Santiago fisheries. I'm a professional now.
Robbie, I dropped the betting coin in the safe and hid your apartment key in the bucket by the door, like you said. You're all set. You owe me 2 bottled rats for helping you this time. Elira. P.S. If you forgot the combination again, tally the books over your desk. Maybe they'll uncover your memory.
Hey, quit acting like
You
an
might
ass.
want to watch that behavior of yours.
So I think that was the safe combination. Oh, and there's the bone charm.
This place really pulls in coin.
So many people.
Bet on the brute to win. Bucker betting. Fighter, black magic brute. Time and match, 8:30, match 5. Stake 10 coin to win, no kill. All bets by house rules.
Get away from Karnaka now. But where are you gonna go?
Bet on the brute to kill. Fighter, black magic brute. Time and match 10, match 8. Stake 7 coin to win with kill. All bets by house rules.
There's money here, even if it's dirty.
My
Doubts.
betting slip.
Never lost a fight.
Okay, I think I'm not going to empty the cash register in front of them. Oh, but we can go in there. I think that's probably the change room.
It's enough to make a man crazy.
Hey, will you stop it?
Okay, I'm not sure if this has any consequence that they see me pickpocketing. I'd kind of expect them to get angry at me. Locked door. Okay. Don't know what it is blocked by.
And that's all I'm gonna say about it.
There's a lot of empty stuff. Oh, health elixir, thank you. Oh wait, that was food, I think, not money. I thought that was a coil of wire. For luck. Walk 3 times around the square with breaches reversed. Okay. Wear your pants the wrong way around. Why don't you wear it on the outside? It works for Superman. I think if they see you do it enough times, they will attack. Okay. So I guess I should be a little bit more careful. At midnight, face south and eat a tin of hagfish while singing I Knew a Lady 3 times. Rest a teacup on your forehead whilst taking the day's first piss. If it don't fall and break, luck will come. Eat a rotten Tivian pear. We've had a lot of those in the game. But keep the core in your pocket for luck all day. Ugh, that's gonna smell. If a white cart hisses at you, although I guess if it's old enough, a pear could have dried out, then, you know, you'll have a problem with the mold maybe, but at least it won't soak through your pocket. If a white cat hisses at you, hop the main dock's length on one leg without falling, then spit into the sea to break the jinx. Oh, come on. White cats don't do anything bad. I guess they've reversed it here, that white cats are bad luck instead of black. Make a wish. Wear a scarf soaked in rum around your neck for a week. If it draws no comment, drink the rest of the rum. Your wish will be granted.
There's
What I
someone
wouldn't
pulling
give to see
strings.
my new bosses on their knees before Brianna, or even Delilah herself.
What are they saying about Delilah? I thought Delilah is dead. Sweet, sweet, sweet Delilah. Delilah. Okay, shouldn't there be a hole in the ceiling somewhere?
If I have to visit another simpering aristocrat's manor for another birthday seance, I'll jump from a cliff.
Ah. That looks like a hole in the ceiling.
Lost so much.
Lost so much Delilah gone, the coven smashed. Okay. But that sounds good. Whoops. In theory... Ah, okay, here we are. Okay. Nah. I want to do my climby. Let me do my jungle gym. Prize bone charm. Ah. Okay. That looks good. There's a promised bone charm. Blast resistant. I mean, right now we can equip any we can find. You take less damage from explosions. Well, great. I'm sure doubt is gonna explode in our face. Charm Carver's Diary. 8th of Songs. A charm carver will never starve, my mother used to say. Always coin to be made by selling wishes and wants to folks who don't come by much of either in their day-to-day. Well, I'm hungry, and this piece of rotted bone hasn't helped me get out of the way of the overseers. Don't know who I pissed off, but someone must have slipped them my name. If those witch hunters catch me with my mother's carved bit of whalebone, it'll be a slow death. Outsider's arse. I'm in it now. Managed to palm off 2 useless bits of bone to a sailor stinking like whiskey. Couldn't tell his right from his left or a real charm from a fake one. Coin should get me through the week at least. Overseer's still 2 steps behind me. Going mad looking over my shoulder all the time. 22nd of Songs. Finally found a safe spot. Full belly too. Now I got a different hunger. My sweet singing bone charm round my neck again. Wet whalebone in my hands. This one I'll carve up nice. Not as strong as some, but still good. Went too long without. Wanted just as much as the bones now. Okay, not sure that Carver was talking about. That's how we can get into the upstairs area.
I'll get the cigars tomorrow. Want to buy one?
All right. Blast resistance, you say? Something like that, yeah. Oh. I like this. That you have to find these spots and puzzle a little more. It's not as convenient as Blink and might get annoying for a longer game. But hey, can I get the outsider picture? No.